Mayf Nutter.
I was born in the state of West Virginia. Spent a whole lot of time around this little creek used to run out behind the house. Did a lot of fishing. And then the mines moved in.
Mayf Nutter's wide-ranging career has more twists and turns than a West Virginia back road. The singer, songwriter, actor has blazed a unique trail. His recordings were released on 4 major labels, and he appeared in a number of classic TV series in the 1960s, 70s, and 80s. Mayfred Nutter was born in Clarksburg, Harrison County, in 1941. He was named for the Jewel T truck driver who, in mid-route, rushed Mayf's mother to St. Mary's Hospital, a fitting start to a unique life. Nutter first appeared on radio at age 6. In high school, he played in bands and worked for Clarksburg TV station WBOY, where at 16 he hosted his own show, Boyland Bandstand, and played lead guitar on the Peanut Nutter and the Nutcracker Show. After graduating from Bridgeport High School in 1959, Nutter moved to Kalamazoo, Michigan, where he worked in radio and TV, and quickly became the city's #1 morning jock. He was also recruited as singer Del Shannon's lead guitarist and toured nationally with him when Runaway became a #1 single in 1961. After a brief stop in Boston, Nutter moved to Durham, North Carolina, where he joined the Castaways. He wrote and produced 2 songs for the group, including Walk Me Home and Talkin' to Myself. In the mid-60s, a fan loaned him the money to record his song Head Shrinker. The track was recorded at Stack Studios in Memphis with members of Otis Redding's band. The horn-driven rocker became a favorite of nationally syndicated DJ Wolfman Jack and landed him an opening slot on a tour with the Platters. In Los Angeles, Nutter was hired to lead the internationally successful folk music group, the New Christy Minstrels. The group's 1968 release, On Tour Through Motortown, featured Nutter's song, I Ain't Gonna Waste My Life Lovin' You. In terms of surreal twists and turns in Nutter's career, surely one of the strangest was when, after performing at Hollywood's legendary Troubadour Club, Nutter was approached by none other than Frank Zappa, who wanted to sign him to songwriting and recording deals. Ultimately, Nutter said, Zappa created the Straight Records label for him and gave him complete artistic control. His debut on Straight, a cover of Fred Neil's Everybody's Talkin', was recorded in Merle Haggard's studio with his band, The Strangers, and made it into the Billboard Top 100. His next release for Straight was Hey There, Johnny, a tribute to Johnny Cash.
It was down south in Arkansas on a flatland cotton farm.
Some of Nutter's other songs published by Zappa's Third Story Music were issued on the Reprise, MGM, and Starday labels, and included his song about a creek in his hometown of Bridgeport that was polluted by mine runoff.
Hello, this is Mayf Nutter. Won't you help save America's streams, rivers, and air from a man-made tragic disease? Pollution. It's your world, too.
Simpson Creek won't never run clean again.
Simpson Creek Won't Never Run Clean Again is acknowledged by the Sierra Club as the first environmental record and resulted in the Pittsburgh-owned mining company cleaning up numerous creeks in Harrison County. Buck Owens had become a fan of Nutter's recordings, and the two forged a deep working relationship. As a result, Nutter relocated to Bakersfield, where he recorded a string of singles for Capitol Records in Owens' studio, backed by his Buckaroos. Over the next 2 years, Nutter had 4 hits, including the Sing-Along Song and Green Door.
Midnight, one more night without sleeping.
During the early 70s, Nutter would guest on Buck Owens' TV Ranch 56 times. During that time, he also appeared on television shows, including The Waltons, Bonanza, Falcon Crest, Knots Landing, and Gunsmoke. Through the 70s, Nutter continued to score minor hits with Sweet Southern Lovin' and Goin' Skinny Dippin', a song that had been key in a pitch to CBS TV for the series The Dukes of Hazzard. All the people in the song are Nutter's West Virginia relatives.
Robert Lee and Scotty boys come along quick. Emily and Lula Bell swimming in the creek. Stop that snickering, we're gonna get a licking. If Uncle Bernie catches us, going skinny dipping.
Periodically, Nutter has returned to perform at the Wheeling Jamboree's long-running Jamboree in the Hills. And in 1978, Nutter wrote an autobiographical song that was adopted as the festival's theme song.
Jamboree in the hills, Lord, I love that country music. Jamboree in the hills, every summer in July.
In 1989, Nutter was performing in Anchorage, Alaska, just weeks after the Exxon Valdez oil spill. During his show, he composed a song on the spot about one of the world's worst environmental accidents.
1, 2, 3, 4. All those pictures in the paper, and the film is on TV. The worst man-made disaster you could ever hope to see.
He quickly recorded the song and released it to radio, noting that all artists' royalties would be donated to the Alaska Fish and Game Commission. The campaign raised more than $2 million to restore fish and wildlife. Nutter has performed at Carnegie Hall, the Grand Ole Opry, the Los Angeles Coliseum, and has headlined in Las Vegas numerous times. In 1982, Nutter became the very first American to sing on national TV in the People's Republic of China. Nutter was the youngest honoree in the Nashville Country Music Hall of Fame Walkway of Stars and was inducted into the Rockabilly Hall of Fame in 2005. On its opening day, the Bakersfield Country Music Museum inducted Mayf Nutter and Buck Owens as its very first honorees. Nutter continues to write, record, and make guest appearances all over the country.